Okay, what is going on, everyone? Hello, and welcome, my friends, to another full and fun day of streaming. Double stream day for you guys, so a big, double session of fun here live on Twitch. Hope you guys are ready. Thank you guys very much for being here. All right, so it is Wednesday, May 30th, 2018, guys. We're almost at the end of May. We are right there on the precipice, okay? And since we are at the end of May, before we begin with anything else today, I would like to say thank you guys very much for an amazing month. The month of May has been my best month so far in 2018. Now, admittedly, early 2018 was very slow. As you guys remember, there were very few new games coming out between the months of January all the way through almost, the end of April. So, it was slow for a reason. But things have picked up. Multiple big new releases. Fun stuff going on all around. Everyone's having fun on the streams every single day. I'm having fun on the streams. And I want to say thank you guys so much for my best month so far this year, okay? Thanks for your support on streams. Thanks for watching on YouTube. Thanks for everything. 2 thumbs up. I'm having a lot of fun. I certainly hope you guys are too. I could definitely tell the vibe around here. Every day I come in and people being positive and happy. It's a way different vibe from when people are just kind of coming around to be negative and jerks and trolling. I could tell there's a lot of people who come in every day, hanging out regularly to have a positive, fun time, and that's awesome. That's what we go for here. To have a fun, positive community enjoying gaming just like me. All right. So, excuse me, I knew that burp was coming. That all being said, guys, welcome to the second to last day of my month of streaming, right? What are we doing? What's on the agenda today? Well, today we've got the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection continuing, day 2 of this collection. What will I be playing today? Well, that's highly going to be dependent on what you guys want to see. So far, I've played 3 out of the 4 games in this collection that have online capabilities. Including Super Turbo, Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, and Street Fighter Alpha 3. I have not played Street Fighter 2 Hyper Fighting yet. Maybe you guys want to see a session of that. That's a very different animal. It's like primitive ST with some zany shit. Like, absolutely zany stuff. To the point where it's like, just, it's ridiculous, quite frankly. What's in that game, some of the broken stuff. Ken's Dragon Punch goes like full screen and beats everything. Blanca can do crazy balls that do chip damage and cross-ups, and it's nuts. It's pretty nuts, some of the stuff that's present in that game, okay? So maybe you guys want to see that, because I haven't played it yet, right? Or maybe you guys want to see me go back to ST, because that's what I started with yesterday. Maybe you want to see me play more Third Strike. Undoubtedly, out of all the games in the collection, I did the worst in Third Strike, because, for some reason, the connections were the worst. Out of all the games that I played so far, Street Fighter Alpha 3 by far had the best connections. I only had 1 laggy match in 2 hours of playing, which was crazy that the connections were that good in Alpha 3. I don't know why they were, but they were. And then Super Turbo was kind of middle of the road. Some matches were great, some matches were absolutely terrible lag. Third Strike was the worst. Third Strike had the most lag of anything. And that's bad, because Third Strike is a very execution-heavy game, where not only do you need to be able to do combos into super moves, which, have pretty complicated motions, but also you need to be able to parry. And if you can't parry, the game's a whole different animal. And I couldn't parry that effectively, which was pissing me off, to be quite honest. I mean, the whole game is based around it. If you can't do it, the game stinks. So, kind of a mixed bag for me so far in this collection, depending on what kind of connections you can get. So, I don't know what you guys want. What I'm going to do is, we're going to do the pre-stream here, and then I'm probably going to open up the chat to you guys telling me what you want to see, and we'll go from there. I don't know, again, do you want to see Hyper Fighting, because I didn't play it yet, it's the one thing I haven't done yet, or do you want to see, the other games I've already played? So, we'll see. I think more than likely what's going to end up happening is it'll be similar to yesterday, where maybe I'll split the stream. The first half of the stream I do one thing, the second half I do something else, okay? That way it's not just me just playing one game for 4 hours, you guys getting bored. Tonight, my second stream will be the continuation of Detroit Become Human. In this run, I'm doing the alternate choices. So I'm going through and doing the Very different choices from my first run already. Just 2 hours in, there's been some pretty startlingly different occurrences that have happened. And I'm curious to see moving forward how much more is going to change, okay? So it's going to be pretty cool. 2 more hours of that tonight. I hope if you liked my Detroit playthrough, you want to see different stuff happening, I hope that you guys will come on by to the stream tonight for 2 hours, all right? Tomorrow, yes, more Street Fighter Collection, and I think what I'm going to do tomorrow, I'm going to do my first open lobbies. So I will create open lobbies in the games, probably Super Turbo to start, and just allow people to join me and challenge me and take me on and see what happens. See, you know, how will it go in an open lobby system? Will I dominate entirely? Will people be able to beat me? And, you know, it'll be pretty fun to do open lobbies, I think. You know, this is what a lot of people have been waiting for. So that'll be tomorrow, I think, in the collection. Tomorrow night will be more Detroit, okay? Then on Friday, what I'm debating doing is maybe doing some kind of invite lobbies. And what I mean by that, I've got a couple people who've been wanting to play with me. In particular, Venomous Fat Man, who's reviewing the game, wants to play a little bit. Brian Daniil, you guys remember him, Tiger Power Gaming. He's been playing a lot of Third Strike, and he says he might want to play me in Third Strike. Tekken is trying to learn these games, so if he's available, or any other people, maybe people who've been talking with me about this game for a while, maybe want to jump in and want to maybe challenge me. Maybe I'll do that on Friday. By the way, I did make an open challenge to the internet last night. I basically said if any prominent gamers out there who are, known for liking Street Fighter and want to challenge me in this collection, I'm accepting challenges. And so far, no one has answered. So we'll see if anyone does answer. Bottom line is, I'm probably going to beat on them, whoever they are, unless it's like a pro-level player who is back in the day like me. Then it would probably be a fun, back and forth. It's funny because Alpha 3 I'm terrible at, so I know people would beat my ass in that game, but Super Turbo Third Strike is debatable, so I guess we'll see what happens this week, alright? It's going to be 3 more straight days of the Street Fighter Collection, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, okay? Now, Friday night, I'm doing something a little different. Yesterday, I received a beta code to enter the closed beta for the Crew 2. Now, the Crew 2 is a vehicle game, driving vehicles, not just cars, but also planes and boats, that comes out in very late June, very end of June. And I saw the trailer for E3 last year, and I was actually intrigued, but I think being able to play this beta is going to help determine whether or not I actually do want to play the full game at the end of June or not. So I'll be checking out the Crew 2 beta Friday night, okay? Saturday's my day off. All right, Saturday is my day off, so no streaming on Saturday, but more than likely what I'll do is any of these Street Fighter videos that I haven't had a chance to upload during the week or I'm backed up on Street Fighter coverage, I'll probably try to upload those on Saturday. And then Sunday, I'm not sure what I'm doing. Sunday, maybe I'll finish my second run of Detroit. Maybe I will do more Street Fighter. I don't know. It's kind of up in the air. I'm up for debate on what I should do on Sunday. All right. And then same thing with Monday. Monday, I guess my goal would be to try to wrap up my second run in Detroit, get it finished, so that I can kind of review the game, and basically finish up any odds and ends. Maybe Monday will be the day I take time away from Street Fighter, and I do some H1Z1. I go back to that. I don't know. We'll see. We shall see what happens. And keep in mind, next week, guys, we got 2 new games, Vampire and Shaq Fu. So, should be fun. All this new stuff constantly coming at us. Pretty awesome, right? All right. Now, big announcement for those of you who are subscribers. I'd be surprised if you guys weren't aware yet, because I posted it up on social media this morning. We got 2 new emotes in the stream chat. And it's very appropriate these emotes have released now, because guess what? They're Street Fighter related. That's right. We've got the Hadouken and Fireball emotes. So, if you would like to throw fireballs across stream chat, not only here in this chat room, but any chat room on Twitch, if you subscribe to the channel, you'll have access to these cool emotes, all right? Now, Popsicolo made these. Got to give him full credit. He worked on these, and these have replaced the DSP Goku and DSP Batfill emotes, which pretty much no one was using. And I'll be honest, there's 2 or 3 other emotes that really no one uses, so I am debating replacing those as well. And in fact, Popsicolo is working on designing a few more Street Fighter-related emotes for us. I'll have more information on those once they become available. But for now, pretty awesome that right now, right in line with the release of the Street Fighter collection, we can now have these cool Street Fighter related emotes to use during the streams. Pretty awesome, right? Okay, so thank you to Popsicolo. Big shout out to the man who has designed a lot of stuff for this channel. He also did the animations for when you guys cheer, sub, and tip. So pretty awesome of him, okay? So that's awesome. If you subscribe now, not only will you get access to the Street Fighter emotes, but the other exclusive emotes that I have here on the channel. Plus, you won't have to watch advertisements when I take ad breaks. Plus, you get the Chat Crown badge to show your ongoing support. It starts out as a bronze crown, then goes to silver, and then gold, depending on how long of a supporter you are. So thanks to everyone who is a subscriber. By the way, yes, we did hit the subscriber goal for the month of May. Thank you guys very much for that. That is pretty damned awesome of all of you for supporting me in such a major way this month. Which means the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection Master Run Challenge is going to happen in June. This is going to be a marathon session, 7 to 8 hours of gaming, where I'm going to be playing all of the arcade modes of Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection on the hardest difficulty and attempt to beat them all in one sitting. And let me tell you guys, this is no easy feat. These games on the hardest difficulty are incredibly, gruelingly difficult. So, yeah, it's going to be fun. It's also going to be salt-filled, rage-filled. I'm sure people will be, almost like, going back and forth betting on who thinks Phil will do this, who thinks Phil will win, who thinks Phil will lose at this thing, how long will it take Phil to beat this arcade mode, etc. It's going to be fun. That's coming up in June, and that's all the games except Street Fighter 1. If I do beat all the games, then I will play Street Fighter 1. But Street Fighter 1 is not really a fighting game. It's not. It's more like an arcadey garbage action game that's broken. You can't even get special moves consistently in the game. It really is just a masher, and it's very different from what Street Fighter 2 is. So that's why I'm going to say Street Fighter 2, all the versions, Street Fighter Alpha, all the versions, Street Fighter 3, all the versions, and then if I beat them all, then I'll play Street Fighter 1 as like the big conclusion, okay? So there you go, guys. Should be good. It's going to be a fun event. When is it happening? Sometime in June. I don't have a date yet. What I'd like to do is get through the first few weeks of June and the E3 coverage and everything, and then maybe near end of June when there's really no new games out, that's when we'll do it. It'll be a fun time to do it, okay? Okay, very nice. Very, very nice. Okay, what else is going on? Not too much. Not too much. Having a lot of fun here covering all the new stuff for you guys. Having, a good time. Yesterday was a great time. I was very excited to see so many people come out yesterday and watch me play fighting games, especially the fighting games I grew up with and love. It felt great because it means there's still an audience for these games, and it means there's still people who believe that, I have knowledge and something to offer, despite all this crazy amount of stupid slander all over the internet about me. Phil's a terrible gamer. He doesn't know anything. He's not good at any games. It's like, fine, just ignore tournament results, Ignore a lifetime of experience. And a lot of people were telling me that yesterday's streams were some of the best I've done in recent memory because I was giving knowledge and lore about these games, about competitive, matchups and tournament levels and, basically spewing knowledge a lot of people don't know. This has been a good 20 years since a lot of these games have been played on any kind of a, major competitive level. And, to get that knowledge, a lot of people are like, wow, that's really cool that Phil knows that stuff. So thank you guys for that. I do appreciate you guys coming out and checking this out. Again, hopefully we have another fun day in the Street Fighter collection. All right. That's it. Let's now get to the plugs, my usual plugs segment, guys. And then we will get to shout-outs for those who have cheered, subbed, and tipped. And then we will get into the game itself. We'll see what you guys want to see. I'm not sure what you guys want to see today. I'm going to go with what you guys want. All right. Okay, here we go, guys. So, let's begin. First of all, guys, thank you so much. 10 freaking years. If you guys aren't aware, 10 years. I've been a content creator for the internet. 10 years. I've made videos for YouTube, adopted live streaming along the way. It's been a wild ride. I mean, 10 years ago, I was starting to cover Street Fighter 4 as it was released in arcades right around this time, okay? So, pretty wild that 10 years later, here I am covering another Street Fighter collection. But I enjoy it. I love it. I love doing this for a living. I love, on a daily basis, sharing my gameplay experiences with you guys live on stream. I wouldn't give it up for the world, all right? So Thank you for that. Thank you for your positivity. Thank you for your support. If you would like to support me, the best way is obviously to watch the streams and watch the videos on YouTube. Duh, right? But if you'd like to go above and beyond being just a standard stream viewer or video watcher, and you'd like to support in other ways, there are multiple ways you can, all right? Allow me to go through those. Number one, there's my Patreon, which you can check out over at patreon.com/darksidephil. This is my monthly pledge campaign where what you contribute to my Patreon directly helps me to continue doing this for a living. You know, the cost of games, equipment, electricity, internet, it's pretty expensive. And you guys help out with that via Patreon. But you earn yourself personal perks. That's right, things you get for pledging to my Patreon, depending on how much you decide to contribute on a monthly basis. For example, you could get text or verbal shout-out thank yous in my videos on YouTube. You can be able to nominate and vote on games for ongoing events. In fact, right now, people who pledged to my Patreon last month, those people are voting on what game will be the next Patron's Choice playthrough. And let me tell you guys, the voting is heated. It's neck and neck. We've got Jack 3, Simpsons Hit and Run, among 2 or 3 other games that are all neck and neck for first place. So I'm very excited to see what you guys pick. But that's an example of one of the awesome perks that people who pledge to my Patreon get, determining entire playthroughs that I'm going to do in the future. You can also get your questions answered on my bi-monthly Q&A show, Ask the King, or you can even get a private Q&A video made where for 20 or 30 minutes, I answer your private questions, all right? So, there you go, guys. Give it a look. Patreon.com/darksidephil. Whatever you contribute helps me tremendously, and just so you guys know, only a day and a half left, because if you want to get your perks in June, you have to pledge in May. So you only have a day and a half left if you want to pledge to my Patreon and get a cool perk. You have to do it right away. So please head over there, check it out. And thanks to anyone who does contribute. I do appreciate that. All right. Number 2, I have a merchandise shop. It's over on Teespring. It sells t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, stickers, mugs, and various other kinds of collectibles, all with artwork designed by viewers and fans. It's great quality stuff, which I can personally attest to because guess what, guys? I own it. In fact, take a look. This is a really cool shirt for right now. I'm pressing buttons. It's my fighting game shirt, okay? One of my catchphrases for when I play a laggy game and I'm trying to do moves and the moves don't come out. Pretty awesome, right? Wearing that today, obviously, for the Street Fighter collection. Pretty nice. But you'll find shirts like that, as well as many, many other designs, over on my Teespring shop. Give it a look. If you buy anything from my Teespring shop, not only do you get a cool collectible, but I get a commission for each sale. It helps me out. Full disclosure. So thanks to anyone who has bought from the shop in the past. Please give it a look. And if you do buy anything, thank you very much. All right, so check it out. Teespring.com/stores/DSPgaming. Okay. Last but not least, if you're here live on the stream, the reason I'm saying that is because some people do watch this pre-stream video on demand on YouTube. All right. But if you are here live on the stream, okay, and you are having fun. Man, I love Phil's streams. These are fun, interactive stuff. You know, I want to get in on the fun. If you want to get a shout-out during the stream, you absolutely can. If you either cheer with bits, if you subscribe to the channel, or if you tip me during the stream, I will give you a verbal shout-out when I get a chance. Keep in mind, this is Street Fighter. I cannot do it in the middle of a match, but I will do my best to give you shout-outs between the matches. Yesterday, it was kind of challenging, but I did a good job, I think. Most people were very pleased with the shout-outs and everything during the stream. People had a really good time. And people were very supportive, which was awesome, okay? So, there's a couple ground rules if you do want to try to get a shout-out during the stream. The first is be as short-worded and concise as possible. The more abbreviated you are in what you're saying, the better chance I'm going to read the whole thing out on stream. Please, no gigantic run-on sentences, paragraphs. I'm not going to stop in the middle of a match to read a Shakespearean sonnet in the middle of my stream. This is a gameplay stream. I do need to keep it moving, okay? So please be concise. Number 2, please try to be on topic, try to be positive, try not to stir up drama, and try not to basically rile people up. And what I mean by that is please don't bring up politics or religion. I'm not going to address those things on stream as a principle. Please don't bring up drama in regards to if people are illegally stealing your content. People are talking shit about you, Phil. People are starting fights. I don't want to hear about any of that. I don't care about the drama. I'm here to have fun and put an entertaining stream on for you guys. I'm not here to get the whole stream derailed with nonsense and negativity, all right? In fact, I hate to say it, 1 or 2 people did that yesterday and got publicly, called out on stream for it. I'm not putting up with that crap, all right? I'm here to have fun and put on a great stream, and that's all I want to focus on. So please keep it, positive if you can. That being said, 95% of the people who try to get shout-outs, are right perfectly within the realm of reason, and they get their shout-outs. Keep in mind, it is subjective, and every once in a while, if I do feel that something that is said in a shout-out is not appropriate for the stream, I'm not going to read it. But I do my best, and people seem to enjoy the streams, right? People are here every day having a ton of fun. Streams are positive and exciting, so that's a good thing. All right, now, tomorrow, what the hell? Let's try that again. If you would like to go a step further, I don't know why I said tomorrow. If you would like to go a step further, and you would like to get visual recognition for a contribution here on stream, you could do that as well. There are some really neat animations that will play whether you cheer, sub, or tip a certain level. And you can get those if you either cheer 50 bits or more at a time. If you subscribe to the channel and wait a couple minutes, there's a share button that will appear if you click that share button. Or if you tip me $5 or more at a time. If you do any of those three things, a thank you animation will play on stream. All right, that will show both your message and a cool animation. These are designed by Popsicola, who also made the new Fireball emotes. So thanks again to Pops for that. But it's cool. You get both visual and verbal recognition for your contributions, which is really nice. All right. Now, I've already explained all the benefits of subbing, guys, so I'm not going to go into that again. I hope you guys do enjoy the new Fireball and Hadouken emotes today. But in addition to that, I also described tipping. And you may say, well, what is tipping? What's the difference between tipping and cheering and subbing? Well, tipping is completely different. It's outside of the realm of the things you do through Twitch. You can actually cheer or sub right through the Twitch interface. Tipping, you do it through PayPal separately, okay? And tipping is really great. In particular, right now, tipping is, in my opinion, if you are looking to support me today on stream and you're like, how can I help Phil out? Tipping is the best way. The reason being, tipping, I get that money right away. Anything you tip me, I get immediately. And right now, things are very tight financially because all my bills are currently clearing. All my bills clear within the first 1 to 2 weeks of the month, and that's everything. Electricity and utilities, credit cards, mortgage, everything. So anything you tip me will help tremendously right now to help make sure that my bank account doesn't overdraw. Real talk, sometimes it gets pretty close, and it looks like it's going to be right along the edge there this month. Okay, so please tip me if you at all can. It helps me out more than anything else right now. If you're wondering, well, how do I tip? There's 2 ways you can do it, okay? The first is if you are watching the live stream right now. If you scroll below the stream, you may see a grid of information, including things such as the stream rules, which I recommend you read and understand. There's also a link to my DSPgaming YouTube channel, where I archive all of my streams. But the one that's important now is the tip jar button. There's a tips jar button. If you click on it, it should take you to the tips page where you can either leave an anonymous tip or your name and a message. All right. And if you leave, your name and a message, you'll get a shout out during the stream. Or maybe if you're watching the live stream, okay, and you don't see any of that information I just described, it's more than likely because you are on a mobile version, and the mobile version of Twitch does not display that information. If that's the case, you could just type !tip into the stream chat. That will bring up a link that you can click directly and take you right to the tips page where you can leave a tip as well. All right. So thanks to anyone who contributes. In fact, we're about to start shout outs for those who have already cheered, subbed, and tipped. One other thing, if you guys can see, every time I play Street Fighter, I bring up a stream stats leaderboard. It's right at the bottom of the stream there. You can see it. So if you guys cheer, sub, or tip today, you're going to get up on the leaderboard if you are the top contributor. And in fact, I'm about to update that with people who have cheered. I haven't received any tips yet. So if you tip, you're going to be the top person immediately because no one has tipped right now. Okay. So great way to get visual recognition through the entirety of today's stream. Pretty neat, right? Okay. Let's go ahead and let's start with shout outs, guys. So let me scroll all the way down here. We had one person who subscribed to the channel overnight, John Madub. Shout out to John Madub, who subscribed overnight when I wasn't even here live streaming. It's pretty awesome that someone kept me in mind when I wasn't here. So thank you for the sub, John Madub. Now, for those who were here today on the stream and contributed, let's get started. We start off with The Last Rambo, who did a 50-bit cheer, and he says, I would love to see Hyper Fighting in Alpha 3 today. Well, all right, we'll see. Fair enough. That's one vote for Hyper Fighting and a vote for Alpha 3. I did play Alpha 3 last night. Surprisingly enough, guys. All right, so here, you're going to love this. Out of the games in this collection, there's 4 games you can play online. I've played 3 of them already. The one that I'm the best at, undoubtedly, is Super Turbo. I played that first yesterday. I think I got like 54 wins and like maybe like 13 losses, something like that. Pretty good win-loss record, okay? Then I played Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. Sadly, the connections in Third Strike were the worst of all the games I played. So I ended up getting like 26 wins and like 18 losses. Not a very good win-loss record. And I was disappointed, honestly, because I'm a lot better in Third Strike than I know that I played, okay? Then I played Alpha 3 last night on my late night stream. No lie, guys, this is crazy. I won almost every match. I only lost, I lost less than 10 matches, but I won a good like 40-some. So I actually did better in Alpha 3 than any of the games so far in this collection, even though it's the game I'm the worst at competitively in this collection, only because the connections were the best. The connections were actually good in that game, while the other two were kind of wonky. So if that doesn't go to show that, you know, it's a lot of the times it's more about the connection rather than about you know, the quality of the gameplay, quite frankly. If the connection is good, I'll perform well because I have enough fundamentals and knowledge of Street Fighter at a basic level that I can still win even if I don't know the nuances of the game. Versus if the connection is bad, it doesn't matter how many nuances of the game I know, I'm going to get bodied because I can't do the shit that I want to do. I mean, that's a perfect example. I am ass at Alpha 3. I'm really bad at it, but I ended up winning a bunch of matches. So there you go. Shout out to Smart Weirdo, who did a 500-bit cheer, and Smart Weirdo indeed is the top cheerer for today so far. Let's get Smart Weirdo up there. 500 bits, thank you very much. 95. Smart Weirdo 95. Thank you very much for that, Smart Weirdo, getting the cheering off to a strong start. And he says the following. He says, did you hear about PUBG suing Fortnite? Do you think PUBG has a point, or are they just salty Fortnite is doing way better than them? I actually talked about this yesterday, but I'll very briefly discuss it again. It kind of makes absolutely no sense what's going on right now in regards to this, because PUBG is not the originator of Battle Royale. H1Z1 is not the originator of Battle Royale. DayZ is not the originator of Battle Royale. Like, these games go back a good 4 or 5 years. They all copied each other. They literally all took the formula of each other and kept copying. I believe the original Battle Royale formula from this style of game was from an Arma 2 mod a million years ago. So, what's funny about PUBG is that the maker, PlayerUnknown, used to work for the company that made H1Z1. He basically made a big chunk of H1Z1, but he didn't own the rights. So he decided he was going to leave the company, start his own company called Blue Hole, and then make PUBG so he could make his own money on this idea. So literally, he stole the idea. Yes, he did maybe have a part in creating it, but he didn't own the idea. He was working for another company that owned that idea. And he went and made a game that was a ripoff of H1Z1. Now, did the makers of H1Z1 sue Blue Hole Entertainment and PUBG for ripping off their idea? No, they didn't. They just said, oh, well, it's the same style of game. What are you going to do? Well, Fortnite did pretty much the same thing, took the same formula from PUBG and created their own style of Battle Royale that now has crafting of you know, items, building of buildings, you know, different kinds of gunplay. But it does have the same premise as PUBG. They make their game, and now PUBG thinks that they're going to sue them. It's like, huh? But you stole from a company to make your game, all right? And now you're going to say someone stole your idea and sue them? Like, huh? It's like the biggest hypocritical thing on the planet. I mean, it's out of control. How could this be, right? So, I don't know. Like I said yesterday, I don't know the ins and outs of the whole thing. Apparently, this lawsuit has something to do with South Korea. I don't understand it. I didn't read into the nuances of the lawsuit. To me, the whole thing just sounds ridiculous. Battle Royale as a game is not owned by anyone. And the fact that, yes, it looks like 4, 5, 6 different times the same game has been reproduced by different companies, but people still are eating up and buying it and playing it and making, you know, tossing billions of fucking dollars into it or whatever. What can you do, you know? There's no one trademarked or copywrote the you know, you can't say, oh, first person shooter is a genre. You can't say Battle Royale is a genre. So, I don't know, man. If anything, all right, I would think the game company that owns H1Z1, what is it, Daybreak Studios or whatever, they'd have a much better case to sue PUBG and say, look, PUBG literally is our game with a few tweaks. At least Fortnite has a crafting system, a different graphical engine. The gunplay is very different. Like, there's a lot of differences between Fortnite and PUBG. There's less differences between H1Z1 and PUBG. So I don't know how PUBG thinks they could get away with this. Pretty ridiculous, okay? But anyway, that's my take on the whole situation. All right. All right. Shout out to HardyBuck5 who cheered and said, "What would you like to see next from Rocksteady?" I think I'm in agreement with everyone else. I think that we should see a Superman game or even a Justice League game from Rocksteady. It would be amazing if we could get a really high quality superhero game that's not Batman, because I mean that's what Rocksteady worked on, and they did a really amazing trilogy of Batman. Now it's time for us to take it into the realm of other superheroes and stuff. I think would be really cool. So there you go. Or I mean, the truth of the matter is, I wish they would make Marvel characters, but I don't think they're going to do that. I think they're going to continue with DC. Orcs or Dorks just cheered and said, "I'd like to have Phil do a shout out to a gamer known as Kuriko402, who is paralyzed from the neck down but plays StarCraft. He is amazing." Well, there you go. Shout out to Kuriko402. We've been talking recently about accessibility in video games. In particular, Microsoft making this new controller that's going to allow people who don't have full range of motion like a lot of us do to be able to play any game they want, right? And be able to have accessibility to a lot of genres of games that maybe are too control demanding for these particular people to be able to play comfortably. So that's pretty awesome. And now we're hearing about, more and more about how people who have had handicaps over the years are able to play games on a good level. So there you go. Thank you for the cheer, Orcs or Dorks. Hardy Buck cheered. He says, "Do you watch Gotham? It has become Joker's origin story." No, I do not. Orcs or Dorks cheered and said his name is Courier Co. Oh my goodness. Kurirko402. I have no idea how to pronounce that. That's his real name. Sorry I misspelled it earlier. There you go. Solid Shock cheered. He says, "Now I fully understand you feel about rules. I apologize about yesterday. Have a great stream." Well, thank you, Solid Shock. I honestly have no idea what you're referencing. I was playing games yesterday, and I really didn't notice anything happen in regards to you. So, if you got moderated, sorry about that. We do have the rules, and thank you for apologizing. Hardy Buck cheered and said, "Final Fantasy IX is boring as fuck. Play Jack 3 or Simpsons." Well, as I said, in regards to the Patron's Choice playthrough, it's going to be determined, surprise here, by the patrons, okay? They're voting right now. I believe right now there's a tie between Jack and Simpsons, but I actually believe that there is two games that are tied for, second place, and it's only by one vote. So, literally, if you were a patron in the month of April and you haven't voted yet, if you go over to the forums and you vote on this Patron's Choice playthrough, you could completely flip the thing on its head. So, please do. By all means. The poll's only been live since Sunday. And is going to be live until probably just before E3. So, got a week and a half left to vote. Please head over and vote on the forums. The more votes, the better. Definitely makes for a better event when more people contribute. So, yes, please do. Thank you very much to those who have voted so far, okay? Hardy Buck cheered. He says, "Will you ever get a new hamster?" At this point, I've talked it out with Kat about getting another small animal. Even though we would like to, I mean, this is the truth of the matter, all right? And I know a lot of people, I have not talked about private stuff recently on purpose, but here's the truth of the matter, guys. Right now, financially, I'm not in a good situation. I can basically pay the bills every month, but I'm just barely getting by. With a lot of the stuff that's been going on behind the scenes, by the way, I haven't talked about this, my state taxes that I owe back taxes on, they're basically demanding them right now, and I don't have the money. So I'm currently in a way of trying to figure out how to get by and not have the state screw me over here. I'm working with my tax attorney right now on that, and it looks like they're probably not going to accept a payment plan like I had hoped they would have. So I'm in a bad situation in regards to state tax. Oh, by the way, once I finally do resolve the state tax situation, then I need to resolve federal taxes. So basically, I don't have money. Like, a lot of people think, oh, Phil, he's a streamer, he lives the life, right? I don't have any money. All the money I have goes straight to all these situations, all right? Me getting a pet right now probably would not make sense since that's money that should be going towards more important things. And in particular, Kat and I have talked about getting a pet like a cat. And I would like to have a cat. I've never had a cat in my life. Cats can be really cool passive pets. You don't really need to spend too much attention on them once they're adjusted to a home. They're pretty independent. They're not a lot of work. And Kat in particular has had cats during her lifetime, and she likes them. And I said, I think that would be a cool pet for us to get. I could bring the cat on stream every once in a while to hang out. But the bottom line is the following. We're not going to do that until we get everything resolved. We would love right now to say, let's get a pet. But what happens if by the end of this year, and again, this is worst case scenario, so knock on wood, this doesn't happen. Streams on YouTube don't end up being as profitable as I'd hoped. I don't make enough money to pay my taxes. And now I'm in a situation where I'm screwed. Because if you don't pay your taxes, you're completely boned in the United States. They'll put liens on your property. They'll screw you over completely. Okay? So that being said, there's a chance by the end of this year I may not be able to live here anymore. I hate that to say that after 10 years of working my ass off, and in particular right now, let's be honest, guys, things are very positive. I don't want to have this be a downer to you guys. This is why I haven't been talking about it at all recently. But things have been great. Like I said, May was the best month so far this year. Things are great. People are coming out to the streams and contributing in a big way. You guys are helping me out tremendously. And don't think that your contributions aren't helping or anything like that, or that I'm unappreciative. I am. That's why I'm not talking about this kind of stuff frequently anymore. I don't want to have you guys brought down by this stuff. It's my business, not yours to be worrying about this, okay? But that being said, right? That being said, I don't want to get a pet, and then next thing you know, the end of the year, that's it. I got to put my house on the market because I can't pay the taxes on it. And, I got to sell the house to pay taxes with the profit from the sale. And now we're moving from place to place, and a pet is now being in a house it just got used to. Now it has to be moved. It's just not worth it. I told Kat, I said, listen, if we get to a situation here where now by the end of the year it looks like we're good and the taxes are great and we don't have to, everything's paid, no problems. Sure, next year let's get a pet, let's do a few things, right? But right now everything's so uncertain because I don't know what the hell's going to happen financially between now and the end of the year. All right, so it sucks. It really does suck. I wish I had freedom over my life right now. I do not. I'm basically a slave to what happens financially between now and the end of the year. And that's why I'm not looking to get pets. I'm not looking to do any major investments. Why doesn't Phil just splurge and buy a PS4 Pro to get rid of his audio issues? Because I can't. Any money I get has to go towards these taxes so I could stay in this house, So that's the real talk, guys, all right? So that's the end of the real talk session. I know that got heavy there for a second. Like I said, I really talk about this stuff these days, but just wanted to kind of clarify everything. All right. ADC0 cheered 100 bits and said the following: Phil, are you excited for the new Pokemon games on the Switch? No. If you guys didn't see the announcement yesterday, the new Pokemon games on the Switch don't look very good. In fact, a lot of people who are hardcore Pokemon fans are very disappointed. We were all expecting to get, a brand new mainstream iteration of Pokemon, and what we basically got was a new version of Pokemon Go. In fact, the game works with Pokemon Go. So it looks like to me like it's going to be, one of these, you bring your, just like you bring your phone around right now to play Pokemon Go, you bring your Switch around with you, and you got a freaking virtual Pokeball. You're holding it's not even virtual, it's a plastic fucking Pokeball. You carry around with you. It's another stupid gimmick. We want a real Pokemon game, right? If they had announced a new robust Pokemon world on the Switch with improved graphics, new gameplay mechanics, it's amazing. I would have been like, this is great. Instead, it's Pokemon Go on the Switch, and you have to buy a fucking Pokemon Ball controller to play it as a gimmick. Like, what the fuck is this? It's so tired of it. I'll be honest here. I love Nintendo first-party games, but I think I've outgrown their bullshit at this point. I'm 36 years old. I don't need their bullshit. I don't need to carry around a plastic fucking Pokeball with me all day to explain to people in the real world that I'm raising a Pokemon in my fucking Pokeball. I just want to play a video game, then put it down and move on to real life. I don't need video games permeating every orifice of my body at every moment that I live. I don't need that, and I don't want a virtual stupid Pokemon game like this. It's just really dumb. All right, I'm sorry. But the truth is that they are actually apparently making a very robust Pokemon RPG style game next year. So maybe that's the announcement we're all waiting for. But in general, the vibe I got off social media in regards to this new Pokemon game is mixed. It seems like half the people are like, wow, it's a new Pokemon, and we're just Nintendo fanboys who love anything no matter what. And then the other half of the people are like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Why isn't this a real Pokemon game? Why is it another Pokemon Go? Give me a break. So there you go. 50-50 split. Shout out to Sedella, who cheered and says, fuck Jack 3, Final Fantasy 9 for life. I've heard that Final Fantasy 9 is quite a great game from a lot of people. So hey, if Final Fantasy 9 wins, great. But FYI, guys, I believe it's not first place in the polls. So if you want Final Fantasy 9 and you haven't voted yet and you're a patron, you got to head over to the forums and start voting, okay? All right. Hardy Buck cheered again. He said, fuck Final Fantasy 9. Wow. We've got a fight. We got a fight about the Patriots' choice going on. Pretty funny. I got an anonymous dollar tip, okay? And they said, what do you think about the Fallout and Pokemon news from the past couple of days? Well, I just explained the Pokemon. The Fallout news, for those who don't know, is that Bethesda's making a new game called Fallout 76, and that's all we know. We know nothing about what the game is at all. We have no clue what the game is. Is it another mainstream Fallout game in the Fallout franchise? Is it going to be a variation with different kinds of gameplay? A lot of people are speculating it's going to be like an MMO, where it's more of a simulation of what life would be inside of a vault. And there'll be tons of different mini games, you know, an economy, that kind of stuff. And of course, you'll be venturing out as well to do stuff outside of the vault. That could be cool. I'm going to be honest with you guys, and I really have never said this in the 10 years that I've done coverage for the internet of gaming. But if it really is a full-on Fallout MMO, I would consider playing it. Like, that actually sounds interesting to me. Fallout, but in a situation where there's interactivity with other people, sounds pretty cool. I would probably consider doing it. Now, is that what it is? We have no idea. All right? We have no idea at all. No idea what it's going to be. I guess we're going to find out. We're supposed to find out at E3 more information. So I guess we'll see. All right? But that's it's hard to react when you don't know what it is, right? Like, what is your reaction to the Fallout news? Well, how can I react? I don't know what the game is, right? But thank you for the $1 tip. You're now up on the leaderboard, Anonymous. That is his real name. His name is Albert Anonymous. Anonymous. Anyway, Last Rambo cheered. He says, there's a new generation Pokemon game next year. Yes, I actually just mentioned that. There will be an actual supposedly a new installment in the Pokemon franchise next year that's not a gimmick. So for those of us who actually like Pokemon and don't want a stupid Nintendo gimmick, we can wait till next year, I guess. All right. I got another anonymous dollar tip. They said, well, one, this new Pokemon game is not the mainstream Pokemon game. That's still to come. And number two, after that reveal, Nintendo shares went up 1,400%. People are very hyped. No. There's a difference. Gamers are split. Gamers are split down the middle. Investors are hyped because they saw how much money Pokemon Go made. And they're like, oh, well, if now it's a mainstream version of Pokemon Go on the Switch, and we know a lot of people bought the Switch, this is money. There's a big difference between investors and gamers. I hate to tell you this, okay? I got another dollar tip. He says, the new Pokemon game doesn't require you to take the Switch around with you. It's played like a standard Pokemon game. The Pokeball controller is completely optional. Did you not watch the trailer at all? I watched part of it on social media. No, I did not watch 4 or 5 minutes of a person carrying around a plastic fucking Pokeball. I mean, you see the controller, you know how stupid it is. It's just another peripheral you don't fucking need. And yes, the game itself is supposed to be based on the Kanto region. It only supposed to have, supposedly is going to have the basic 150 Pokemon. And it looks like a basic gimmicky Pokemon game. It's not, it's meant to be played like a gimmick with this new controller. That is the catch of the game. You know, it's not, for all intents and purposes, it's not a new Pokemon game. You know? So there you go. Kekin just cheered. He says, Nier Automata. He wants to get Nier Automata as the patron's choice. I don't know how that's doing in the voting. I'll be honest. I haven't checked, so I'm not sure how that's doing in the voting, but it is in there. Okay. Shout out to AES, who cheered. He says, as long as you can play the Pokemon Let's Go games as straight remasters of Pokemon Yellow, I wouldn't consider it as much of a gimmick as Pokemon Go. Well, no, I agree there. Pokemon Go is 100% a gimmick, you know. There's not much to it. Catch the fucking Pokemon, evolve the Pokemon. You know, have your phone with you as you drive around doing shit. While it does seem like this Let's Go Pokemon games will be real Pokemon games, but they're very basic. And the gimmick of the game is to buy this peripheral controller and use it during the game, because if without it, it's probably boring. So, no. I mean, real talk, I'm probably not getting it. Why am I going to buy an old Pokemon game and buy a peripheral controller? It's stupid. Why am I going to buy the Labo? It's stupid. Like, all these gimmicks are stupid. Like I said, I think I'm at the age now, I've outgrown Nintendo's gimmicks. I don't want to drop a ton of money for a gimmick. I want to play a good game. So you give me a Super Mario Odyssey, I'll kiss the game's butt. I'll tell you the game's amazing. I'll give it Game of the Year like I did last year because it deserves it. You release a piece of stinking crap like the Nintendo Labo or this stupid new peripheral for Pokemon, and I will call it what it is. Stupid. Okay. Alright, guys, so it looks like, actually, let me check sub count, but it looks like that is it for the pre-stream. It looks like we actually lost a sub on pre-stream, which stinks. We're down by one stinking sub. Can you guys believe it? Alright, so it looks like we're going to end the pre-stream. Alright. And then I'm gonna ask you guys in the stream chat, what do you guys want to see me start with today? Like I said, the one game I haven't played is Street Fighter 2 Hyper Fighting. Do you want to see me try to play that? I'll tell you, there's some broken shit. Zangief, Blanca, Ken, there's some broken shit in this version of Street Fighter. Trust me, it's really ridiculous in a lot of ways. So do you want to see me try that? Or do you want to see me play one of the games I've already played? All right. Let's see what people have to say here. Seems like right now everyone's split. I'm seeing people saying Hyper Fighting, Alpha 3, Super Turbo, Third Strike. The whole stream chat split. No one seems to be agreeing on what they want to see. Actually, a lot of people now are saying Hyper Fighting. So maybe I'll give Hyper Fighting a shot and just try it out and see what it's like. And then when I'm done with that, then I'll ask you guys again, do you want to see me move on to Super Turbo or Third Strike? You know, probably not Alpha 3 today because I played that last night. All right, so we'll see. All right, I think we're probably going to start with Hyper Fighting then. We'll try it out, see how it is, if I can even find anyone to play it with. If not, then we'll definitely move on to something else, okay? Okay. All right. So thank you guys for your support. We got a cheer from Kate. She says, what do you think about Roseanne getting canceled? I mean, all right, do you want my real opinion on the situation? First of all, I'm not racist, and I hate racism. I hate it. But I do fully acknowledge there are people in this country that are racist and or have an ingrained culture of being prejudiced against people of certain races, okay? I'm not here to tell you if Roseanne is racist or not. I'm not, because I don't know her personally. But what I can tell you is if you follow Roseanne on Twitter, you will see that over the last 4, 5, 6 years, she's had a history of saying these insulting comments towards people of color, all right? She had, in 2013, she made a tweet about some woman having dangly ape balls. I'm not even kidding. Like, she said really messed up stuff on Twitter, okay? Now, here's the thing. She hasn't changed. It's not like Roseanne magically said, oh, all of a sudden I'm a social justice warrior, and now I'm going to get a new show on TV. She's always been this person. If you actually know Roseanne, and you've seen her and followed her, like, she's been like this her whole life. The difference now is that, you know, now we have social media, so when she says shit like that, everyone hears it, and everyone's like, oh, shit, oh, she's actually a racist. You know, back in the day, when Roseanne was a stand-up comic and then she got a television show, you didn't hear that kind of stuff in public, so there was no resonation chamber for her to say stuff like that, right? You know what I mean? So all that being said, here's what I really think the true controversy should be about the whole situation. I completely disagree with her. I am not a racist. I think that the things she says are horrible, okay? But the thing is, she has a right to say them. The real issue here is ABC, all right? ABC, the television company, all right, that decided to give her a television show in 2018. Again, if you look back at Roseanne's Twitter history, you'll see that she's always been like this. She didn't change and all of a sudden start doing horrible things or saying these horrible things. She's been saying them all along. So why in the flying fuck, if ABC didn't want to put up with that, why on earth would they sign her and recreate her sitcom, right? Make it a mainstream television show that hits #1 in the ratings and then pull the plug because she's saying racist things? She was saying them before. You know what I mean? Like, oh no, I heard that this guy's popular. This guy was popular back in the day. I'm going to give him a television show and do no fucking research whatsoever into it to find out who the person is, right? Give them the show. The show hits #1. Now I'm all upset of stuff that they said online. You know what I mean? So, in all honesty, I mean, yes, of course Roseanne is at fault. But when I read these stories vilifying Roseanne, I'm like, but this is who she always was. So really, the real culprit, the real person at fault in all of this is ABC. Because they're so fucking stupid. They gave her a fucking television show, not knowing who she was, not reading any of her tweets for the past 5 fucking years, and then they decide, oh, now we're going to punish her for it. Well, wait a minute. You're the idiot who gave her the show to begin with. You know, it's your fault. You know what I mean? It's just so stupid. I read, of course, social media blowing up one side or the other, and no one's debating this fact. And I'm reading it like people have completely missed the issue that this Hollywood studio is dumb as fuck. Like, how dumb can you be? I don't know. That's my take on it. Again, okay? The thing is, you know, as someone who's done stupid shit on Twitter, right? I can understand it. Obviously, I have not systematically done the same thing on Twitter over and over and over like Roseanne does. I mean, so obviously there's an ingraining there of some kind of prejudice she has against people of color. It's there. It's always been there. How ABC didn't fucking catch on to this before they gave her a television show is beyond me. It just sounds really stupid as hell. So there you go. All right. Wow. Well, ladies and gentlemen, shout out to Flybeast, who tipped me $100. Wow. Thank you, Flybeast, for an incredibly generous tip. Thank you very, very, very much. Let me get you up on the leaderboard for sure. Thanks very much, Flybeast, for that $100 tip. I appreciate it. Wow. Very generous. And let me tell you, as I said earlier on the stream, no exaggeration, that's going to go straight to my bank account to pay bills this month. So thank you guys. Thank you very much for that, Flybeast. Awesome. Shout out to Hardy Buck, who just cheered again. He says, Andrew Lincoln Rick on The Walking Dead is leaving The Walking Dead. Is the show over? No. No. I don't think the show is over, but I think the show being a ratings giant is over. In fact, I'll be honest, this whole last season, I hated. I absolutely hated, what was it, season 9 or whatever the fuck it was? I thought this whole season was terrible. It was drawn the fuck out. It was done purposely to just create ad revenue and make money. Half the plot lines were completely pointless. This whole season, this whole last 2 seasons, the Negan seasons, there were 2 of them, right? Could have been done in 1 season, if not half a season. There was no fucking reason to draw it out the way it was drawn out, and it was just not good TV. So already, you know, people are saying The Walking Dead has lost a lot of its popularity, right? I'm one of the people who doesn't like where it went in the last 2 years. Now you're saying the main character's leaving? I mean, I like Daryl, don't get me wrong. And, you know, who's the other, you know, a couple of other main characters that have been around since season 1. But, you know, you just killed off Carl. Seems like they're either going to get rid of or kill off Rick. What is there to stick around for, you know? If anything, you want to give Daryl his own show, go for it. But I don't know, you know, who's going to stick around for this show at this point. I think the show, you know, they'll probably keep doing it. Let's face it, it's going to have... The thing is, when you have a show that's run as long as The Walking Dead has, okay? You have an ingrained and installed viewer base that are going to be there no matter what. They might not even like the show, but the reason they watch it is because they've already got such a time investment into it, they want to see how it ends. You see what I mean? If you've watched 8 seasons of a show, even if the show has gone to shit, you at least want to see the ending, you know? So I think there's going to be people who are going to continue to watch, even if they don't like the show, even if their favorite characters are killed off, they're still going to continue to watch the show because they want to see how it ends. So I think the show will continue. I don't think it's going to be anywhere as popular as it was. Not that AMC cares. They've already got Fear the Walking Dead. You know what I mean? They've already made so much fucking dirty, filthy money off this franchise. I don't think they care if the primary show died. They could just immediately make 10 more fucking Walking Dead shows that people would check out. So there you go. Wow, he's got a bunch more cheers. Let's see. Sedella just cheered. He says they might do a backstory of Negan. There you go. That's one route they can go, I guess. I am Groot85 cheered. He said, Phil, which Street Fighter game is better? This one or the last one you played? This one. Ultra Street Fighter 2 is donkey shit. Sorry, it just is. Paradox tipped me $1. Says, play some Street Fighter 2 Turbo, please. That is what I'm doing. I'm going to be playing Hyper Fighting, also known as Street Fighter 2 Turbo, right after this pre-stream ends. Tos Monkas did a 95-bit cheer and says, Fear the Walking Dead is so much better. If you haven't watched it, Phil, they actually have balls to kill characters and change stuff up. There you go. I saw the first season and did not like it, but I did not see seasons 2 or 3. I've actually heard seasons 2 or 3 are really good, so there you go. And CJHL1993 cheered. Thank you very much for the cheer. ROMan318 just cheered and says, Phil, this is my first time cheering. What do you think of the teaser for Fallout 47? Actually, it's Fallout 76. But he says, I hope it's good. Maybe Bethesda has something to say for E3. Hope you have a good stream. Actually, I already talked about this, Arrow Man. I really can't say much because we don't know what the game is. The teaser doesn't give you enough information. But you're right. We will find out at E3. I will be covering that at E3 and giving you my opinion. But if it is an MMO, it might be an MMO I'd actually consider playing. The first one in 10 years I'd actually consider playing. We'll see. All right, guys. Looks like that's it. Looks like I have answered all your cheers, subs, and tips. Thank you guys very much for your contributions today. And now it is time to jump into the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection, right? So, thank you very much for watching, guys. Let us begin. I wonder how Hyper Fighting will be. I wonder if we'll actually get matches in Hyper Fighting. This is a good question. Will we actually get any matches in Hyper Fighting? I have no idea. We're going to find out. So, alright guys, thank you very much. Let's end the pre-stream, and let's go ahead and begin. Here we go.